story altogether. Okay, we're shifting focus now to a story of an international nature. You'll remember that the Russian invasion on Ukraine very much continues since last February. Ukraine has just accused Russia of blowing up the Kakhovka Dam near Kherson. Now, I'm going to bring you more details about this, but essentially this is the Kakhovka Dam on the river Dnieper, and what they've done over here, what the Ukrainian army has done, is they've called for people living downstream to evacuate because there is the fear of catastrophic flooding after this incident. There is aerial footage that is circulating as we speak on social media that shows that most of the dam wall has been washed away and that a massive surge of water is heading downstream. Now, my colleague Abhishek is with us right now to bring us more context. Abhishek, two questions for you. A, tell us more about the Ukrainian accusation. Essentially, obviously, they're accusing the Russian troops of blowing up the hydroelectric dam. Tell us more about that, but then also tell us about what could potentially happen. How many lives could be staked right now? What are we looking at?
So to start with your last question, there are massive damage that is being anticipated. 20s of thousands of people, life is at stake. There is at least 80 settlements that Russian side is claiming that needs to be evacuated. Ukrainian side has also named several dozens of villages and the people to evacuate as soon as possible. To tell you honestly, it is nobody on the ground is able to confirm which side has actually blown up the river, the dam, because the dam has been in mostly Russian control since the beginning of the Russian-Ukraine war. But now when the dam has been blown up, Ukrainian side is blaming Russians to destroy that dam so that the flood water could enter part of Ukraine and a massive tragedy can happen. They're also blaming that Russians are doing this to avoid any upcoming counter-offensive that the Ukrainians have been preparing for their spring counter-offensive for a very long time now. And now Russians are panicked and they're trying to create this massive ecological tragedy in order to avoid that upcoming counter-offensive. So there is clearly both sides of the story. We don't know yet which side has been responsible, but it doesn't look like the disaster has happened naturally. There is some sabotage that is being expected right now.
Okay.
For now, we have seen the Russian news agencies are saying that 80 settlements need to be evacuated. The dam is massive in size and scale. It was almost 70 years old, and the water, the quantity of water that is stored in the dam has been overfilled and it was overflowing in the last few days. It is being reported, and Ukrainians have been blaming that Russians wanted to use this dam and its water as a strategic advantage, and they had been stopping the water through various gates of dam so that it can be used to some strategic advantage in the later course.
Okay. Abhishek, I thank you for bringing us those details. We'll continue to track that story. It is obviously very worrying, and we'll continue to bring you more details about it over the next few hours.